Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Rady's Rise. We're back here on my home turf doing some filming, and many of you have wanted an update, so that's what we're here for. What are we talking about? My FL5 Civic Type R. But before we get into that slick shifting manual transmission of a hot hatch, let's talk about what's going on here. So I bought the car back in 2023. We're now close to 2025, and a lot of people wanted to hear some of my thoughts about how's it going, do I still like it, and I also want to talk about some of these recalls that have been going on, especially the most recent one for the steering rack. Really crazy that Honda had to recall almost 2 million vehicles, not 200,000, 2 million. And this is what I say, if you're gonna buy a car because of what you hear on the interwebs, you're probably never gonna buy one. You kind of look for the best car that has the least issues, but any brand, I don't care if it's Hyundai, Ferrari, Honda, Chevrolet, Lucid, Tesla, whatever brand you're looking at, there's no brand to go with where you'll have zero issues. Some will have more, some will have less, but let's go ahead, dive in with me. You're gonna strap into that passenger seat, and I wanna talk to you about how ownership has been, do I still like it, and also talk about the recalls and how detrimental that they could be to the image of the Honda Civic Type R. Let's go ahead, let's fire it up and go on throttle. All right guys, nice to have you riding shotgun with me in my FL5 Type R. Like I mentioned at the start of this review, something nice to just bring you up to speed, how the car's been doing. It's been running great for me. No issues whatsoever. Now, the big question mark is these recalls, right? I did get the recall for the seat issue. What they were finding is that under certain conditions, the driver's seat, the springs would collapse in on itself from, you know, extreme bumpiness, weight, so on and so forth. I didn't have an issue with the seat, but I took it in and I got it remedied. They take the seat out, they change some of the springs and whatnot, and then you're good to go. The one thing you gotta remember is if you're gonna have that done, or you need to have that done on your Type R that you buy, you wanna put some painter's tape on the back portion of the seat where the plastic is. Put some painter's tape and cover all that up, because I have seen online that when they're removing the seat, they're not very careful and they scratch the heck out of the back of the seat. So just something to be aware of. The other recall, which is the bigger issue, has been on certain Type Rs, the steering has been very tight and not consistent in its movement from left to right. It's been kind of locking up and a little jerky for some people. Once again, I haven't had that issue. I did get the recall. I did bring it in, and thankfully I waited because they found an easier way to solve the problem. Basically, they have to gain access into the steering rack and add some extra grease in there to lube everything up nicely, and that's supposed to rectify the problem. But other than that, I really feel like if you've been wanting a Type R, I wouldn't fear getting one, even if you got one that's pre-owned, because if the owner hasn't had those recalls handled, then you could go ahead and have that done, obviously free of charge. I know some people have had some issues paint-wise. Thankfully, knock on wood, I haven't seen anything on my car with any kind of paint issues. I did have it paint corrected, PPF'd, and also ceramic coated. But I have seen pictures of where people have had some paint issues, where paint is a little thin in certain areas, might be some overspray. A lot of that is coming from the early 2022s and 2023s. I really haven't heard anything recent with any of those issues. But it's just such a versatile car to use it as my daily driver, but also be able to have fun with the car. It's hard to find cars like that where they do everything. I mean, you can see here, it just handles so well. Love the sound with that exhaust that John from LHT Performance put together for me. Titanium, full titanium exhaust. And the gearbox is just a bit of heaven. It really is. Especially for the price of this vehicle. But just it handles so well, it drives so well, the seats are so comfortable. It is a very, very unique vehicle in the fact that with it being front-wheel drive, it still handles amazingly. You don't need all-wheel drive in this vehicle, because the nice thing is the engine spins up so quickly with it only driving the front wheels rather than all four wheels. On throttle, here we go. Formula One style shift lights, a really nice touch. But it's just so direct, so communicative, and so much fun to drive. And like I said, knock on wood, for me, everything has been really, really smooth running. But I hope that this has been something helpful, trying to bring some updates. We're up to 2 years on the car. Nice to bring the updates. Nice to have that ability for me to share with you what I'm experiencing. It just, like I said, if you're looking for a car that's versatile, that has performance, you're part of a club with the Type R owners out there, this really does check off a lot of the boxes. And the fuel economy is really good as well. But let's go through some twisties. Here we go. Nice. So impressed with this car. Brakes feel great. The 4S's that come on the car from the factory are magnificent. And these seats are so comfortable, they really are. Getting all the safety features. You got the great visibility. You have it all. You could do your own downshifting heel toe, or it has the automatic heel toe downshifting. And it pulls all the way to redline so nicely. So very nicely. Clutch pickup, that's another thing. It has a nice pickup. There isn't a bunch of rev hang like in the SI, and the clutch is not heavy at all. I actually would prefer it to be a little bit more firm, but driving this in traffic, you're not gonna break your left leg. I promise you, you're not gonna break your left leg. puts a smile on your face, man. This car is a ton of fun. And I haven't received any other recalls. The 2 recalls, like I said, were for the seat and the steering, the greasing of the steering system. Other than that, it's been smooth sailing. I'm doing my own oil changes. It's not very hard at all. And like I said, the ability to go run the twisty bits, go to the store. It's a wonderful, versatile vehicle. But I'm hoping that this has been a good update for me to bring to you. I'm very happy to share my experiences with you, and I'm very grateful to share my experiences with you, and I'm very grateful for your support, because none of this, trust me, would be possible if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. But we gotta drive home in some traffic. Not the most fun, but also not miserable at all on the other side of it. And I'll see you back where this all started. I'll see you in a split second. Bye, guys. All right, guys. Thanks for taking the drive with me. It's always good to have you along for the ride, because that's what cars are about. It's about sharing the passion, sharing the knowledge. Let me know what you think. Based off of how I feel about my Honda Civic Type R, are you still thinking about maybe getting one for yourself? Are you freaked out by all the recalls? Let me know down in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raised Rides family. Got to give it up to the Flood man, Stephen Flood, working the camera like a champ. Thank you, Stephen, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.